This is the Pete and Sebastian Show with Pete Correale and Sebastian Maniscalco.
Pete and Sebastian Show. We're back, baby. It's been a while since we've done that. Anyway, how you doing, bro? Good?
Yeah, what's going on? I need to get into some things with you. I know you had a couple topics off the top of your head.
Anything, whatever you want. Let's roll. I'm here for a good time.
Yeah. Tap. What do you got?
The other day, right? I've had this happen in the past. I talked about it in the cast. It happened again. I got these holes on my lawn, and bees they make a beehive in the lawn. Winter's coming. Don't matter. The other day, I got a knock at the door, and my side door. I'm like, yeah, I go to it. It's my mailman, which he never goes to that door. He always goes to the front door where the mailbox is. I'm like, hey, what's up? Yeah, you got a beehive over here on your lawn. I just want to let you know about it. This is because there's kids around here. I was like, oh, all right, thanks, And then he leaves. And then Jackie's like, was that the mailman? I go, yes. Guys told me to take care of my beehive. What's your take on the mailman having an opinion about anything to do with my house? Right? What the fuck is that? Gonna open that Pandora's box. Next week is gonna tell me I should repaint the gutters. Get the fuck out. Drop the mail off and keep moving. Right?
Well,
you think he's got a right to say something because he's like, some people like my dad's mailman was at his funeral. They were tight by the end. But that's when you retire, that mailman. Sometimes you retired mailman, you become a little tight with because you're bored out of your mind.
Yeah. So, do you think he was concerned about the kids, or do you think he was concerned about himself? And he's like, listen, if I'm going to keep delivering the mail here, I ain't getting stung. Yeah, you might want to remove this thing.
Stung. Hey, you're lucky you're not delivering in Dunkirk. There's pit bulls. You're lucky it's only a goddamn bee, all right? And number two, get your EpiPen. It's not my problem. These people that are allergic to bees, I don't know what to tell you. Wear thick jeans, guy, all right? Holy shit. Yeah, but yes, I agree. It was about him. He was definitely, That's what when someone wants you to care, they hit you with the kid thing, right?
Yeah.
It's kids. Oh, yeah, it's kids.
You know what I love about the story, though? I love that you and Jackie are equally disgusted that the mailman is telling you what to do with your property, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like,
it's a good point.
My relationship with Lana doesn't work that way. That would happen to me, and I would go, yeah. Can you believe this guy is telling me about my beehive? And Lana would go, well, that was very nice of him to mention it. There would be no agreement with my disgust. There would be the opposite.
Right. Yeah, I hear you. I didn't even have my headphones on. But, it's a good yin and yang because your disgust is a little further than most, You get, I was me and Jackie were talking the other day about, we were having a conversation about, I don't like the kind of person that, when I'm talking about when you're growing up, when you have friends growing up, you ever have the kind of friend that didn't like when other friends were around you too, like they just wanted to be alone with you, like I just want to hang out with you. I don't like that. I like to hang with a lot of people. I always found that weird. I go, unless as an adult, sometimes Sebastian doesn't talk a lot with other people around simply because he doesn't like to talk to a lot of people. I go, but that's a different thing. It's not like the guy's looking to be alone with me, when you're with that kind of person. So anyway,
yeah. They want to monopolize the company.
Yeah. So, but that's a good balance you guys got. Lana is super nice, man. Which is it's nice. It's nice to have that bopping around the house when I come there to cast. I like that. Now, my other thing I wanted to ask you was the other day I got my yearly eye exam, and while I'm doing it with the eye doctor, right, he's doing the exam. At one point, he knows I do stand-up and stuff, and he goes, yeah, I'm actually, I'm heading out to Vegas this Friday. It was Thursday. He goes, I'm heading out tomorrow to Vegas with some friends. We're going to stay at the Bellagio, right, eye now? It's looking like that. What's your take on any doctor of any kind sharing their personal life with you? During the exam, no go at all, but in general, right? I feel like I'm supposed to think you're home all weekend looking at textbooks for eye diseases. I don't think my eye doctor's in Vegas getting loaded. What kind of eye service am I getting? Right? You know what I'm saying? What'd you take?
Well, I mean, you basically want all healthcare providers, including doctors, nurses, and what have you, to basically have no life outside of the profession.
I want them to. I know they're gonna, but I want to have the perception that this is all they care about. You go to your doctor, you get a full physical. Now you're in his office, he's talking to you. So blah blah blah. Yeah, you're looking okay. We just gotta watch that cholesterol. So enjoy your summer. I'm actually headed to Monaco next weekend with some friends, some old friends we travel with a lot. We got a yacht. We're gonna spend 2 weeks out in Monaco. He's saying this to you. Doesn't that just all of a sudden make the whole physical like? Was it even thorough? Is this guy already thinking about his fucking boat?
Here's where I go at that. I go, if something comes back on the physical, let's say my blood work comes back or whatever, right? And there's a problem. Is he going to be looking at blood work on a boat while he's getting ripped in Monaco? Or
right.
I got to wait till he comes back after 2 weeks. And by the time he comes back, I already died of a blood disease.
Right. Your doctor's so far away, he might not even be able to make it back for the wake. You know what I'm saying? Let alone to actually help you. So I'm right there with you, bro. And not only that, you got to ask yourself this. How's this sound? Your doctor's like, yeah, I'm actually traveling this weekend myself. And you go, oh, where to? Heading out to Minnesota to having a conference on this new X-ray machine that really gives us a 3D look inside below the rib cage. You know that's where I want to hear you going. Forget Monaco. Going to a Holiday Inn in Minneapolis to learn more techniques to save me. Right. So I don't know. That's how I feel about it. You know, going skiing in Switzerland. What, doctor? So what's up, bro?
No, I'll go a step further on the doctor thing, right?
Yeah.
You go to see a doctor, right? He does a surgery on you, heart surgery, what have you. 2 weeks after the heart surgery, you pass away. Doctor, supposed to go to your wake?
Wow. That's a good question. I'd be like, I don't think how could you go, right? I'd be like, hey, if you did a good job, do I say it out loud? We wouldn't even be here.
But what's a good job? Maybe he did the job, just the body just failed, or what have you. I'm just saying, like, are you close enough with any of your doctors that if you passed away, they'd be at your wake?
Oh man, my one doctor might be at the wake, man. He really might. So I got to tell Jackie, if you think something he did or didn't do was why we're having my wake, do not let him in. You know, it's like DiMaggio. Isn't it? DiMaggio wouldn't let Sinatra in to see Marilyn Monroe. That's my doctor's my Marilyn Monroe, right? I don't want, right? How about you? What's your take on that, man? No, we're doing a lot of death talk.
Yeah, a lot of death talk. We got to hop off the death talk. I could feel the audience going, oh, Jesus, here we go again with the coughing.
All right, listeners, if you've been on the hunt to find the skincare product that can actually deliver what they promise, OneSkin is what you've been searching for, thanks to their disruptive approach to target skin aging at the source. This is good stuff. I've used it, man. I'm using it now. Their products are powered by a groundbreaking peptide, OS-1, which is the first ingredient scientifically proven to prevent the accumulation of aged senescent cells, the primary culprit behind skin aging. We all hate that skin aging, right? But the meal magic here is the OS-1 has actually been proven in the lab to actually reduce the biological age of skin by several years, meaning it not only slows down skin aging, leaving your skin healthy and more hydrated and glowing skin, but it prevents aging. For a limited time, our listeners can enjoy an exclusive 15% off OneSkin products using the code THECAST at checkout.
oneskin.co.
But wait, man, if you want to save up to $100 on your order, you won't want to miss OneSkin's biggest sale this Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Visit
oneskin.co.
and register your email for more details and early bird access. It's the perfect opportunity to invest in your skin routine and give your skin something to be truly thankful for. This stuff is really, it works well, man. I've been using it, as I said. Now I use the moisturizer, and it just, God, it smells great. It feels great. There's no more cracking in my skin. Man, my only regret is I didn't start using this sooner, man. Right now, I'd be looking like I was 18 years old if I started when I was younger. Instead, I look like I'm 32. All right, but listen, OneSkin is the world's first skin longevity company. OneSkin addresses skin health at the molecular level, targeting the root causes of aging so your skin feels and appears younger. It's time to get started with your new face, eye, and body routine at a discounted rate today. So get 15% off with the code THECAST at
oneskin.co.
That's 15% off OneSkin with the code THECAST. And if you want even bigger savings, don't forget about their upcoming Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale. Now is the best time to invest in your skin, people. Age healthy with OneSkin. Other promotions and codes cannot be combined with Black Friday promotion.
I want to get in, and you got to just type in Pete Correale, Fredonia.
Oh, I sent him the photo.
Oh, you got
I sent it to him.
Oh, yeah, bro. Okay,
Yeah.
don't pull it up. Don't pull it up yet. 1 second. I just want to know if it's in the chamber. Can you please describe what you're going through in Fredonia for those people who don't know?
All right. Now, I'll try to keep it much shorter than I did when I was telling you in the cabana in Vegas or wherever we were, but I'll tell you how it led up to that photo. But in a nutshell, there's been like literally right around, not even around the corner from me, across the street, 2-3 houses down. It's this big old Victorian building with like 60 rooms in it. That house, it was a nursing home for elderly women, okay, for years since I lived here. And it's an old building. It's actually kind of pretty. So it went out of business a while back. It was actually after coming back from a trip out doing the castle or something. I come home and I find out that I got to be careful what I'm saying here, but there's a guy and he wants to house transient Mexican farm workers in the building, right? It's transients. So they're temporary. They're here on temporary visas. They'll be here like 10 months. Basically, though, it's going to be like 60 or 7 men from another country living 3 doors down from me, right? Now, again, so when I come home, then there's an article in the paper, and there was one person in town who was on the board who had who said then they opposed it, and then somebody else writes in and says that the person who opposed it is being racist, and it's not that at all. It's not that at all. It's a small little quaint village, not equipped to all of a sudden have 70 strangers, all men, transient, living 2 doors down. It's quite frankly, it's not in the zoning laws, right? So anyway, oh man, I don't even know if I can say all this, but I emailed to the guy who said something to the person saying that was racist. And I was like, bro, it's not racist. And don't say that to everybody who has a problem with this, because right away you turn it into that. And that's not what it's about. It's about the fact that, this is a neighborhood. It's a residential neighborhood. That's what it's not a boarding house for this. So then, the mayor sees what I wrote and wants to talk to me. So I talk to him. He ends up being a cool dude. I like him. So then somehow the person who wants to buy this place, he emails me to give him a call and we'll talk. So I call him. It does not go well. We're polite to each other, but it does not go well at all, he's telling me things. I'm like, come on, guy, seriously, So then it gets to the point where, so I gotta be careful here. I got an email from a lawyer telling me I can be in trouble for the things if I say bad things about people, right? So then I contact a guy who was a friend of mine who's a big time lawyer, but he's not my lawyer. He's a lawyer for one specific company. He couldn't help me anyway. I go, bro, what can I write back to this lawyer? And he goes, oh, why do you want to do that? Just for yourself? Just to tell him, to kiss it or something? I was like, yeah. And he goes, just let go, dude. Let it go. And I was like, I've always dreamed of having when Gotti would go into court, his lawyers.
I don't know.
They were such big dogs. I want a lawyer like that. As soon as he walks in, he undoes the briefcase. He says 3 words. And not only is his client not going to jail, they're uncuffing the client right there in the chair. We're going home. We're going to get coffee now. Is there anything else I can do for you, gentlemen? Okay. And everyone else is like, holy shock and awe, That's the guy I want. Where do you get that guy? That guy that just walks in and oh boy, this guy's innocent. He's going home. Right? Who does Tom Cruise get? That's who I want, right?
Everything Tom Cruise does, we want.
Yeah.
All right, guys, you've probably heard the word microdosing. If not, just know a lot of people are doing it now. You probably know what this is. Let's talk about it. When you have that nice feeling when your mind and your body are just at peace, after a workout or a nice long hot shower, when you're relaxed, focused, and a little energized, being in the zone, baby. Well, microdosing can help you get into that zone easier and stay there longer. I'm going to be honest. I'm supposed to say how this has worked for me, but I can't. I haven't done it yet, but I'm freaking doing this, and I can't wait for Lumi Labs to send me my dose. This is what you do. You take gummies, okay? And you do it because it relieves anxiety or pain or muscle tension. I mean, Sebastian's putting on these freaking boots. Have you seen him yet on his legs? He should be microdosing with Lumi Labs. It gives you a mood boost, relaxation, helps you live in the moment, spices up the sex life and the intimacy, helps with falling asleep, exercise, post-workout recovery, focus and creativity. Listen, get rid of the stigma. You guys got to try microdosing. I know we have a lot of older fans too, maybe even some people retired. This shit will make you play paddleball better. To learn more about microdosing THC, go to microdose.com and use the code THECAST to get free shipping and 30% off your first order. Again, that's microdose.com, code THECAST. Microdose.com, code THECAST for 30% off. Give this stuff a try, guys. Again, I got to say it one more time on my own. Microdose, that's microdose.com, and use the code THECAST, and you'll get free shipping and 30% off your first order. Lighten up your life, baby. Hit the microdose.com.
That's great that you gave us some color.
Right.
But there was a town hall meeting.
It's a town hall meeting. And I went to one prior. They're every other Monday. And man, it's you see him. You ever see him in the news when someone acts up at a town hall meeting? You see that clip? That's what it is. You're in this little room. So I go last Monday, and it was, if you want to speak out against this before they have a hearing, whether or not they're going to allow it, now's the time. So I go, and there's only 15 people there, and the whole town board is up there on the panel. And then right over here, there's a podium and a microphone. And even the police chief is there, the fire chief is there, the town people that are there, that run the town. So the first person goes up, and he lives by me, and he rattles off, he's against it, and he rattles off all the zoning laws that are in place and why it's not allowed, all the things that are listed. Then the lawyer for the guy who wants to buy goes up. Oh, and he's saying stuff like it's an abandoned building. It's good for the community. We're really not asking it to be anything it already wasn't. And then the guy who wants to buy it goes up, and he says some things about, helping out the building because it's abandoned and, blah, blah, blah. So then I go up, and I even thought about what to wear. You saw what I went with, leather jacket, right? Bro, I should have been more prepared. I go up, and rookie mistake. First of all, I opened with a little joke that got nothing.
Wait. Was the joke planned, or was that off the cuff?
It was planned within 10 minutes prior to going up there, but it wasn't completely off the cuff. Because, you know, some of the people were saying, what do you do? They've been to my show, you know? I mean, literally where we're having the town hall meeting is in the same building. It's the Opera House building where I've performed, you know? So the mic, and again, another rookie mistake. I know this from doing corporate gigs. The mic is wrapped around right onto the podium, sort of. So I grab the mic, and as I grab it, I lean into it, and I say something like, I'm not sure if I know how to use one of these things. He got nothing. I thought they were going to giggle going home. Maybe he's doing it for 10 minutes to stand up right now, right? So then, bro, this is so embarrassing. It's over here, and I'm standing, pretend I'm standing, and I go to speak, and I'm like, yeah, I just want to say about the as far as and I'm trying to unwrap it from the thing, from what it's on, and I'm leaning in at the same time. I'm like, we don't want it. I talked to everybody in town, and we don't want it. And then I'm trying to get it off again. Like, so I either should have just did the lean in like this the whole time, and that's it. But and at one point, I take it out. But once I get it out, the mic, because now my idea is I'm gonna bring it close to me. You'll see in the photo, I can get it like right here, but once I try to bring it here, it won't go anymore. So as I'm talking, I'm going, yeah, you know, and then, you know, as far as the zoning laws go, so I'm being choppy. The person right up front there goes, I can help you with the mic. Like, they're helping me with the wire.
God.
Oh my God. It was so embarrassing. It was not smooth, right? It's choppy, and people are saying stuff. They're talking, and I want to make notes to challenge what they're saying. I have no pen. I'm looking for a pen. If I find one, I'm like, I'm going to write on my hand, and then I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to look at my hand. So I'm trying to remember everything. So it's getting choppy. So when I first go up, like, first thing I say is like, you know, to people I've talked to, we don't want this, but you guys have turned it into a social issue. So if we say we don't want it, all of a sudden we're these bad people. It has nothing to do with I don't care who or what or when. I just don't want 70 men that I don't know, that are all of a sudden living near my house. I counted. There's over like 10 kids, 10 years and under on my block. They're finally old enough to go up the block to get ice cream. All of a sudden, that is 70 strangers I don't know. That's just like added to the mix. I did not. And I'm like, and we shouldn't even have to be here. The zoning laws are in place so that I don't have to be here. That's why they wrote those, so that we all know when you move in, this is the deal. So now you're trying to change the deal. Now I got to be up here, and people say bad things about us for wanting that. And then I go, they say that. I say the guy goes, the lawyer goes, it's really, we're not asking it to be anything it wasn't. They're not even looking at me, right? The lawyer, the guy who wants to buy it, they're looking that way, that their back's to me. So I'm looking at them, and I'm going, you say it's going to be what it already is. I go, there's a big difference between old ladies knitting sweaters on a porch and all of a sudden 70 men from another country, out here. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same thing at all. And I'm like, and what are we doing? For one guy? We're doing this all for one guy? So, of course, the next day, who's on the front page of the paper?
Oh, yeah.
The guy who's the mean guy.
Well, bro, I got to tell you.
Man, even then I look good, though. Jesus.
But, bro, this looks like a man unhinged. Right? This is...
I feel like that's what they tried to find, bro. Me at my most mad.
Yeah, like... Did they take 12 photos and they go, no, this one looks like he's fucking psychotic. I mean, bro, the eyes, the eyes alone, it looks like, oh yeah, no, this guy just got done with a 3-day bender and he came in here and he's screaming at people.
That's it. And then when I was done, I put it back in the mic stand and I said, I go, I'm done. And then I just walked out of the building. I left the whole building. I didn't even sit back down, which I thought was a nice move.
So
I don't know, but yeah.
You go to these hearings, right? And they got the whole board hearing, and then they're listening to the people, right? I don't know.
Watching online, by the way.
But is there video of that?
I had people telling me they were watching me live online.
Okay.
Yeah, you could go to the
My
website.
my question to you is, does someone come in there and make such an unbelievable argument that the committee goes, after hearing that, I vote we don't do this at all? Or do they just say, here's another idiot going to talk, and they listen to everybody speak, but they're going to do what they want to do anyway?
Yeah, I know. I'm leaning towards they're going to do what they want to do anyway, because I'm like, a part of me was like, I wanted to be more like Robin Williams in Dead Poets Society, or Al Pacino in Scent of a Woman, when he gave that great speech at the end,
Yeah.
And have them all give me a standing O, save the town, but again, it's like you said, oh, here we go, hot-headed Italian Long Island Guido asshole, right? So we get it, you're not for it, it's happening, wrap your head around it, guy, wrap your head around it. Almost
So,
wanted to throw
have they made a
around,
decision?
if you look under notable, they at the time they said they still have to present it to somebody. No, bottom line, not yet. They haven't made the decision. But I will say that my mother-in-law, who's very much behind me, very supportive, she's checked out sometimes some of the comments. I said, Ma, listen, they're all going to say bad things about me. I know they are. Like, people that live 2 towns over, like, I'm for it. I'm like, hey, you're 30 minutes away, guy. I don't give a shit what you think. I walk my dog right here. So anyway, point is, someone called me prejudiced, of course, but I've had people in the town say, hey, appreciate what you did. And then the other morning, I was walking the dog really early in the morning. It was Sunday morning. And this older woman comes out onto a porch. Excuse me. And I'm like, how's this going to go? And she goes, I just said I have to, when he walks by, I have to come out and tell him, I want to thank you for what you did, for sticking up for this town. You got it takes real guts to do what you did, and we all appreciate it. And I was like, oh, thank you very much. So, bro, I'm the Jimmy Hoffa of the village of Fredonia, guy.
Bro, you running for office? I see you possibly taking over the.
I don't have the time. I'm going to do some shows with you. I just don't have the time. I don't have the time. Be backstage with you in Milwaukee going, I got to take a quick call with the council. There's a water problem.
Oh man. Yeah, no, I'm on pins and needles to find out what's going on and how this is all
I was
going to go
nervous. It's crazy, dude. I mean, opening it, even for you, like, Florida, there was 7,000 people doing the arena in Orlando. I don't even know if I was as nervous as getting up there all of a sudden. You get nervous, you get because they tell you can't swear, you can't be disrespectful of other people. I'm like, oh, those are my 2 big go-tos. You just handcuff me. Next thing you're going to tell me I can't wave my hands. What am I going to do? That's what I do. Fuck you. You're an asshole. But anyway, so it's just all business. I'm not saying anything bad about the other people. I just wish it wasn't happening for the sake of the quaintness of the town. But that's that, bro. You got to do what you got to do sometimes.
All right, guys, we all know how hard it is to work out, let alone working out hard enough. Then you got to try and figure out how to mix up your workouts. Sometimes I do the same thing too many days in a row, but that's where FitBod can help you out. You want a new workout regime that'll keep you on your toes? Check out FitBod, the app that creates a personalized workout routine that adapts to you and keeps you on track. It takes your goals and your fitness level and even the equipment you use into account so it can keep your regime fresh and make consistent progress through the new year and beyond. The FitBod app makes planning workouts easy, man. I'm telling you, I've been using it. It tells me the next best exercise I can do other than what I've been doing. And it pays attention to the exercises I used to do, my history. So it knows what I've been doing too much of, not enough of. The app is easy to use, too. I'm getting stronger because of it. And the other great thing about the FitBod is you can use it on the road. You literally can tell this thing what exercise machines and equipment is available to you, and it creates a workout regime based on that. So when I go to hotels, I know they're not going to have good stuff. I tell FitBod the stuff they have, and boom, it sets the workout up for me, man. So I've been killing it on the Authentic Comedy Tour in all these hotels. It's really great. Fitbod's powerful technology understands your strength training ability, studies your past workouts, and adapts to your available gym equipment. The app intelligently varies your intensity and volume and tracks muscle fatigue and recovery to design a well-balanced workout plan. Bro, it's like traveling with your own trainer. And the app keeps your gym sessions fresh and fun by mixing up your workouts with new exercise, rep schemes, supersets, and circuits. So download Fitbod today and get a head start on your fitness resolutions. Get 25% off your subscription and get 3 free personalized workouts when you go to fitbod.me/thecast. That's 25% off and free personalized workouts at FITB as in boy, OD.me/thecast. FITBOD.me/thecast, baby. Fitbod. Get it today.
Yeah, you bring up Vegas, right? And I want to take the listeners back to Vegas because I thought the Vegas trip that we had was completely different than the Fort Lauderdale trip. I felt Fort Lauderdale, we were hanging out at every minute, and I felt like Las Vegas, you were like, "Hey, guy, I got to be alone. I can't do this again."
You're crazy, man.
You came down to the cabana, right?
Yeah.
And basically, you were in and out of there. You got a lunch and you were gone.
Yeah. I honestly was having a rough time with the time difference for a minute there. So I was coming around to that. And listen, I'll be honest. I mean, your friends are really sweet guys. I enjoyed their company, but there was like no one was like getting it. Was the party started? If you know what I'm saying.
No.
So and then a lot of eyeballs down there too, man. A lot of eyeballs down there. But it was a gorgeous place, cool trip, man. That was fun.
Did we go? What is it? We didn't even go out.
We went to the museum.
Oh, that's the museum.
We hung out one night. Me, you, and Lindsay had a few drinks backstage after the show. Met a few people. Yeah.
We could say that story. You're not posting the photo.
No, I haven't. I thought that was a test. I felt like it was I was hoping she was seeing if I would post it, and then she see I didn't post it. Maybe she'd shoot me an email and say, "You're in now." Very classy move not to post it.
Well, I think you could tell the listeners. It's not like a secret.
Lady Gaga came to see Sebastian at his show that I was opening up for him in Vegas. So I met Lady Gaga after the show. It was awesome. It was awesome, dude. I mean, once I knew she was going to be in the crowd, I was like, I went in the back and rethought out my set for Lady Gaga. what I wanted her to see and what I didn't want her to see. And then she said nice things about my set, and she introduces herself as, "Hi, I'm Lady G," which I just thought was phenomenal. Pure legend.
You never told me that.
Yeah.
You got a Lady G out of her? Wow.
"Hi, Lady G." It's like when they tell you that Tom Cruise tells you his name, even though you're like, come on, So, legend. I met a legend. I know you already met it. And then you and her chatted it up. She's a legend, bro. She's the Barbara Streisand of our generation, guy. So, very exciting.
Explain how the photo came about.
So after we chatted for half a minute, I don't know, not very long at all, but I said nice things to her too, and then she said, "Nice to meet you," and very funny. And then when she was done, she's walking away. I'm like, "I gotta do it. I want my photo." I go, "Excuse me, would you mind taking a photo of me? I promise I won't put it on any kind of social media. I got a 10-year-old daughter who would like absolutely flip out if she saw me and you in a photo." And boom, she smiles and she goes, "Sure, no problem," And then she leaned over and I got a great photo of me and Lady G. It's awesome. I go home to Sadie. I'm like, "Check this out." She's like, "No way." It is phenomenal. It's the only one I've ever had that even my daughter's at swim practice the other day. I'm chatting with a couple of parents that I know. It's the only photo I've ever had where I had to throw that card where I'm like, "I'm sorry, you gotta see this." So I'm just saying, you know,
And
it was awesome.
we also met Alyssa Milano right now.
Huge crush growing up on that.
We
one.
told her
Beautiful
that.
woman.
We
Yes, we did.
we both told her, what's your take on that, though? I think after reflecting on that, I thought that was a little, the husband was right there. And me and you were going, hey, we really, you know.
Yeah, you know.
We liked you.
I mean, he's got to be flattered by it, right? I mean, come on. Yeah. What you're talking about is we met Alyssa Milano. And I look, I'll be honest, I looked over at you and I'm like, wow, I've had a crush on you for years, you know, it's a pleasure meeting you. And she was flattered. I think she was flattered. She seemed flattered. And, you know, I mean, I like the show. Tony Danza and her, it was a sitcom I watched all the time. But, yeah, so she was with her husband. But, you know, he knows the deal. Like, you know, she's still a beautiful woman. So, you know, it's like you're gonna go up to the redhead from Gilligan's Island, and you're not gonna tell her how you felt about her growing up. The movie star. Can you imagine? When I was a kid, I'm like, why are we in such a rush to leave this island? Look at these two, right? Marianne and the movie star.
I never really got into it. I know what you're talking about. I never watched Gilligan's Island.
No.
I didn't.
Gilligan was such a dummy.
I didn't like the name Gilligan.
Yeah.
If it was like Johnny's Island, I would have been in it.
Yeah.
I would have been into the show. Gilligan,
I hear you.
Watching it. That
I watched
and
it.
the other one I didn't like, the Munsters. You ever watch that show?
That and the Addams Family, I was never into either one of them. First of all, black and white? What are we doing with the black and white? No, I never liked that. I was always, but Gilligan's Island was my Three's Company. I'd come home from school and I'd watch Gilligan's Island. And I always thought like Gilligan was so goddamn stupid. I don't know why they don't just tie this idiot to a tree and don't let him leave until we get off the island. You know, every time this asshole was fucking it up. But yeah, I mean, I loved Three's Company. I really did, but
Three's Company was great. Another one I didn't get into that a lot of people liked, MASH.
Dude, right there with you, man. Right there. I'm like, yeah. Here's the. You know when I put MASH in the category of the other one was like way over my Barney Miller. Remember that one with the cop fish? You know, I like that and MASH. I'm like, this shit is. Yeah, was not into either one of those.
Oh,
Soap,
man.
wasn't into that Soap one.
I like Soap.
Oh, yeah.
I liked Soap. That wasn't half bad.
My sister liked Alf.
Ooh, bro.
Yeah. So anyway,
Alf, and there was another one that I didn't like along those lines. Oh, what the hell was it?
Like it's something that only they could see or they only knew about. There was so many of them, bro.
Yeah, there was another one.
Belvedere.
Yeah, that's another one. I wasn't into that one either.
Silver Spoon. Remember Silver Spoon when the kid was rich?
I like that one.
I like the one, It's a Living. It was all these waitresses working in a high-rise building in a restaurant, and then there was a cheesy piano player was always hitting on them. They were good-looking ladies when I was a kid, man. Damn.
No, I don't know that one.
Anyway.
I forgot the other. Oh, wasn't there something with some big... forget it. So I gotta tell you what I did. We got a rat problem in the backyard. I think I mentioned this to you, right?
Rat? Yeah. You had that guillotine. You were gonna set up that thing.
Yeah. I didn't get the guillotine, but I got the. I had to get the snap traps, right? Because we have a trap, not trap. It's food that dehydrates them over time, and then they die, over time, But I was looking for something immediate, bro. I needed some evidence that this thing was gone, right?
Right.
Because it's at least $6,000-7,000 worth of damage back there, right?
Jesus.
So we caught the rat, right? We caught this thing. I gotta tell you, thing was built.
Yeah.
Had muscles, bro.
Oh man, really?
This thing was jacked, and I think it was pregnant.
Whoa!
So if this
wow,
thing-
man.
Nice
and kill,
Patrick. You're gonna have you're gonna have to look this up. And I think this is right. Just take a guess how many babies a rat could have at once. And I think I know this.
I think I know this from reading in a city article. I'd say about 6 to 8 in a litter.
I think it's 21. Can we get a?
Jesus. It's always the. Isn't it like? It's always the nasty things that can have a lot of babies. You know what I'm saying? Like a dolphin. What does a dolphin have? One every 7 years. A fucking python has 52, right? And the Everglades, they're fucking spitting those things out like 80 eggs at a time.
Oh, okay. So that rat. Oh, wait here. Here it is. Rats average 4 to 6 litters per year. Each litter has 6 to 12 young.
Wow.
So bro, they're knocking out what at minimum,
right,
40 kids a year.
40 kids a year they are having. My goodness,
Bro, they become pregnant hours after giving birth. Jesus Christ! No wonder you can't get rid of these things.
Does a rat have to get pregnant from a male rat having sex with it? Like, is that still? That's the only way, right? Like, how does that work? Does anyone know? I mean, I'm looking at this rat graph, like, but I want to know how are there, like, it sounds like literally if your wife gave birth in the operating room, as soon as they go, it's a boy and whisked it away, you're undoing your pants, right? You're looking at You're looking at your wife like, before you get out of that gurney, baby. So we got to kill the male rats. That's what you got to do. You got to kill the male rats. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So I knocked off this rat, and hopefully we're okay, because we haven't really
Hopefully
seen
you're
any
okay,
activity.
bro. You didn't see any activity. She's got like 92 daughters and sons floating all over your garden somewhere.
Well, we haven't seen any since. So I think.
What about a couple of snakes? But is it possible to put monitors on them? So like you have like a python, and you let it go in your backyard, but you always know on a computer where it is. So like you tell your kids, oh, you call Benny the python. Oh, Benny's back by the guest house. Don't go back over there. Right. And Benny is just munching away, eating everybody.
I don't need any Benny the pythons back here. There's no. We have an owl that's visiting. Just came back 2 nights ago.
That's great.
And owls apparently are good for rodents. All right,
hawks, owls, yes.
Yeah. So I don't know. Hopefully, this problem has been taken care of, because I lifted off all the traps. No more traps. We got rid of we got the grand total of 3 skunks, 2 raccoons that were removed from the property, and now 1 rat. Actually, 2 rats. 1 died of dehydration, and the rodents have been successfully relocated to another area of town. So,
all right,
that's the story here.
We had one listener. We were talking a few weeks back about the skunk situation, that catching a skunk by me, and he was telling me he caught a skunk once, and he had dug a hole, and the plan was to catch the skunk, kill it, and bury it, right? So he says that they had a big hole, but the skunk is in the cage, and they have a cover over it so it won't spray, because if it can't see you, it won't spray. So he decided, well, screw it. I'm just going to bury the whole cage. And then a month from now, I'll just dig it up and take the cage out and the squirrel will be dead. Bro, as soon as he went to bury it, apparently the squirrel went into hibernation mode. The skunk. So a month later, or 2 months later, he digs up the hole, and the first thing the skunk does is fucking spray him. Oh, it was still alive.
Underneath the dirt?
Yeah, as soon as the dirt came down, he was in the cage still, the skunk. It went right into hibernation mode. Not knowing if he was going to die like that, and then like about a month later, he digs it up, and the skunk and hits him. Unbelievable. Isn't that crazy, man?
I don't know they could live under dirt like that for 2 months.
Well, I mean, they do live under dirt. I mean, a lot of times they build burrows in the winter and they hibernate. That's why you don't see skunks in the winter. They hibernate.
Yeah,
so
I know.
This was
what I'm saying is they dug a nice little cave for themselves. They're not pouring dirt on them during hibernation, I don't think, right?
No.
Where are we going?
But, maybe he was just like...
Where are we going with this?
Right. Oh, hey, listen, guy, we were just talking about fucking sitcoms. So, this is like, we're literally having a conversation now, like we're driving to Florida and we hit Georgia. Want to do 100 bottles of beer on the wall? Why don't we close with that? Holy shit, we need another guest, bro. We can't even do 2 shows in a row without a guest now.
Wow. Trying to think, bro. There's so many things that slip through the cracks over the weeks that I literally got to start writing this stuff down.
I know it comes and goes, man. It comes and goes. You remember it and you want to talk about it, and then by the time you're doing the cash, you forget. What are we at anyway, time-wise?
Yeah, this is reminiscent of 8 years ago when we were searching for shit.
Oh, it happened. By the way, I got something. I went to took my daughter and her friend to the movies last week. We were in Buffalo, and me and they had dive practice, and then me and Jackie were going to take them to a movie, get something to eat. It was Saturday, right? So we go to get to the movie. On the way there, and Jackie goes, "What do you think about?" She goes to me, "Are we going to really watch this?" It was a cartoon type movie. And I'm like, well, yeah, I thought, like, we're going. And I can't watch it alone. And she goes, yeah, no, I figured maybe, like, you watch it with them, and I'll go to some stores and do some stuff. So I thought about it. I was like, well, I don't really have a problem with that. I mean, why should we both sit here and watch this thing anyway, right? So she goes, and I go in with these two. It's a nice movie theater. And I got to tell you, man, I thought the movie theater situation was dead. I thought it was dying on the vine. Who's going anymore? Bro, I never had this before. This movie theater had the recliner chairs. So when it was phenomenal. I mean, I didn't think I'd be so happy. So kids are all settled in, right? We're watching the movie, and then it's a cartoon movie, so giggling here and there. And at one point, I must have fallen asleep, and I wake up and I look over, and the two of them are giggling, and I'm looking at the scene. It was kind of funny, So then afterwards, we're getting some candy, whatever, and I go, hey, yeah, that was like funny, when that one thing happened. Sadie goes, well, that's not all we were laughing at. I'm like, why? What do you mean? And she's like, Dad, you were snoring during the movie, and people heard you snoring. So when you woke up and we were laughing and I look at a friend, I go, is that true? She's like, yeah, we were. And there was a woman to my left, right next to me in a recliner. Now, do you think she has a right to elbow me and go, excuse me, you're snoring, ruining the movie for me?
Yeah.
You think she has a right to do?
Yeah.
I was so embarrassed when they told me I did that I wish I was still in the movie theater, because I'd buy that lady a popcorn or something. I felt horrible. Right next to me, bro, and I'm...
I feel, though, if she would have told you you're snoring, would you mind? I feel like you would have went, the fuck did you just say to me? Like,
oh, God, there's kids. I don't do that stuff with the kids. And not to a woman, because the truth is, if a husband said it, I wouldn't do that to him because he's a man, so I'm not going to do it to a woman. I would have been genuinely embarrassed. But I do remember sitting back and thinking, this is so great. I'm just going to sleep. It's going to be awesome. So, like, that was the plan. That wasn't even an accident. But I didn't know I was coming hard and heavy with a snore. Do you think she went home to her husband and was like, this fucking guy, sleep apnea asshole next to me?
All day long, I would have been talking about that. But I've done that too, where I've passed out in those movies too. I tell you, it's a beautiful nap. Nothing like going to a movie theater, kicking the chair back, and knocking out for about an hour and a half, right? While the kids are watching the movie. Yeah. It's beautiful. I've done that with Lana in the movie theater, and she looks over at me. She goes, "Why are you sleeping?" Why? Because it's a kid movie. That's why.
Exactly. And you hear the princess's voice in the background while you're sleeping. It's very pleasant. You're like, why would we go that way? It's nice. It's nice. Then you go get popcorn, $52, bro. What is going on, bro? The $100 bill is the new 20. You know that, right?
Yeah.
That's it. It's insane. Wow. But it was a good flick, and good to see movies are back, baby. You know? I mean, do you go to the movie theater?
I mean, I'll go. I haven't gone in a while. I mean, the times we go is strictly for kids' movies because it's something to do with the kids on a Saturday or a Sunday. So
right. But what about this, right? The Killers of the Flower Moon with DiCaprio and De Niro. It's supposed to be so great. Scorsese, right? So it's like 3 hours and 40 minutes, and it's playing in a movie theater. Dude, I can't at any time in a 24-hour period hold my piss for 3 hours and 40 minutes. No. So you want me to go see it in a theater, but you're already guaranteeing me I'm going to miss 5-10 minutes of this thing.
Yeah.
So what?
No, wait.
Right? I mean, you got to have an intermission. Is it crazy to have an intermission at a movie theater?
I don't think that's asking a lot if it's 3 hours and 40 minutes to 2 hours in, have a little break, get up, stretch the legs, walk around a little bit, 5-10 minutes. That's all I need. 5-10 minutes. Let me go and get.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So otherwise, I don't understand the selling point, So, but I'm dying to see that one, man. Some good ones coming out. Napoleon with Joaquin Phoenix coming out. That looks good.
I didn't know that was coming out. That's a definite watch. I got a reco for you. Equalizer 3. You see it? Denzel Washington.
No, but do I have to have seen the first two? Because I didn't see them either.
Not really, but I think you should do yourself a favor and see 1, 2, and 3. Just rip right through them. I think you'll really enjoy it. Oh, yeah.
All right. I'll check those out. And the other one is, have you ever seen, I never saw the John Wick movies with Keanu Reeves. Have you seen those? Are those worth seeing?
No, I haven't seen them. I haven't seen them, but I heard they're pretty damn good.
Yeah. A lot of edits for this one.
I mean, there you have it, folks. I mean, is that where we're at right now? Is it? I mean, you're looking at your phone, for Christ's sake. It's that boring.
No, I'm just trying to figure out how long we've been doing it. Did I tell? Oh, you know what? I forgot to tell you, man. Last week I was checking in. I was playing a club, I actually had a lot of fun in Batavia, Illinois.
Yeah.
Yeah, outside of Chicago. So when I went to check in, they on my flight it said for an extra like $100 you could go first class, right? So I went first class both ways, back and forth. And bro, I got to tell you, the minute you're in first class and now you're at the gate waiting to get on the plane, your whole demeanor, like all of a sudden now I'm looking at everybody else like, when do I get away from these animals, man? Like it's a right. I'm on the plane. I open up the curtain and I look down the aisle and I'm like, I can't believe I used to fly like that. And I just, oh man, that's the new goal. Forget the lake house. I want to fly first class forever. That is just phenomenal. Send me some dates so I can book a flight so I come out there, we get guests going. I don't want to do this high wire act anymore. I'll talk to anybody. Get your gardener on. Somebody. Yeah. The Frasco one, bro, it's getting big reviews. Everybody liked the Frasco one.
Frasco was a hit. It was a hit. All right, there you have it. Pete and
right.
Sebastian Show. Thank you for your listenership, and we will see you guys next week.